2003 Infiniti G35, and we about to Ella swap this bitch. All right, so we got the car in here, pressure washed it. Pretty much gonna do a how to Ella swap your LSZG the most budget way possible. I know some of y'all want to do all motor shit. If you don't want to do all motor, got you covered. You want a full exhaust? Don't got you covered. All right. So we're gonna go over the components of what you need to, just the bare essentials to get the damn motor in here. Still got to jack this up and take that stock transmission cross thingy majiggy off. So, all right, I gotta grab one thing from here. Oh no. All right, so I got a ISR kit. They are like 350 to 400 bucks shipped. You can get them from Njuku, which is like the cheapest place to get it from, or you can buy it directly from ISR, pay some more. Njuku is probably going to give you the best deal on anything ISR, from what I've seen in the last 3 years. So with the kit, it comes with, I'm doing a manual swap, and I'm using the T56. So if you're using the T56, watch the mount install. If you're not using the T56, don't watch the mount install. Or you can still watch it and just apply some of the steps to, maybe you're doing a CD09 or TH400. The TH400 kind of installs the same way as this does with less steps, because you don't have to cut a hole for your shifter. Or you don't have to do any modification for a shifter. Anyway, so I got the ISR Johnny. So I got these mounts. These are the engine mounts. This is the trans mount. It comes with the poly bushing. It comes with the subframe bushing. It comes with all the hardware. You can literally just bolt your motor onto your transmission, put these mounts in your car, drop the mounts, drop the motor and the trans in the car, and boom, car swapped. Technically. All right. So when I first did this swap in 2018, I think, it has been 2018, 2019, something like that, I put my motor mounts on backwards like a dumbass. So when I did mine, I was struggling. Nobody really had any information on how to swap these cars. And there's still little to no information out there on how to swap these cars. And most of these swap companies really just want to take your money and just tell you that, you know, this is what you need to buy to get the car done, and you got to borrow a $7,000 kit. I'm going to show y'all how to piece it together. The most valuable information I can give someone is that if you want to put AC and power steering and all that doodad in here, you're literally going to make your life hard. If you want to do that, just go buy a damn GTO or a Corvette, because you'll save yourself a lot of money, a lot of time. I know you're like, oh, well, the chassis is cheap. But by the time you spend all the money on the accessories, LOJ does make an accessory drive kit that utilizes the AC compressor, power steering pump, and something else from the ZG. But the kit's like 700 bucks just for some damn brackets. Unreasonable. Literally, you can keep the power steering pump, but it might blow out, and you can keep the AC compressor, but it might blow out. But after you get like new compressor, new AC compressor, and new power steering pump, you know, you're like well over to like $1,000 and just some accessory shit. You can run these racks with no fluid in it. I did it for like a year. It worked fine. Or you can loop them like some people do. Just keep fluid in there. I don't really care. You know, I never had a rack issue. This car is pretty easy to change the rack with the swap in the car anyway. So, what else? You want to build a turbo car? Watch this video. I'm gonna build this shit the cheapest way possible. All right. But I am gonna overbuild my fuel system. We'll get to that later. All right. So, yeah. You want to go all motor? You can find some used headers on the... You want to go all motor and run a full exhaust, I'm sorry. You can probably find used headers on the LSZG page on Facebook, or you can buy them brand new for like 1,500 bucks. Or I think CX Racing makes some for like 700 bucks. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It might have been like 2 years ago price. But for 700 bucks, I can literally buy 90% of the turbo components I need to build a turbo kit. But Or if you want to go on motor and you build a damn nitrous car that you're just gonna damn beat around and you ain't got no emissions and you ain't got to worry about none of that stuff, 12, none of that. You know, you can buy your set of $150 headers, face them bitches down and forward, and run the damn exhaust out the damn bumper, and boom, race car. And you're on motor, you got nitrous. You know, you could be the fastest guy in your block. Anyway, so over here we got my mock-up Gen 453. I'm gonna show y'all how to put the mounts on this, and then how to place this mount underneath the car. Oh, like I said, I was supposed to get to that. So when I first did my swap, I put the mounts on backward. My motor was hella far forward. There was literally like 8 inches between the back of my intake manifold and the firewall, and I kept trying to figure out why my car has so much nose weight on it. And a year and a half later, when I finally took all the swap out and I was gonna do the damn mid-plate motor plate on the other car, I sold the mounts to somebody. They put the mounts in the car the right way, and the motor was where it was supposed to be. And I was like, damn. Because I even had to modify the damn rear, the trans bracket, because I was like, this shit don't fit. And I just made it fit like a dumbass instead of just doing my research and figuring out that I was backwards. But like I said then, that page was not created, nor did I know about it back then in like 2018. So here I am with this video, introduction to LSWAP G30GZ. G35, 350Z. This can apply to G37s also. And like, you know, no, don't worry about G37 people. Y'all in a whole nother category of shit. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and put the mounts on. I'm gonna stop talking. All right, so I got the mounts right here. They are not labeled driver side and passenger side. The only beef I have with these mounts. Now, if you want the motor to sit forward, you put the mounts like that so everybody can tell that you got ISR mounts. But if you want it to sit the correct way, you put the mounts on like so. So logo facing towards the rear. They give you all the hardware, and they even provide the transmission, how's that thing called, a rubber transmission mount, energy suspension one, and yeah. So I'm gonna put this on, put the other side on, put that mount on, put the other side on, tighten them up, and then we'll move on to putting the, call them a clamshell, the body, the subframe clamshell on. All right, so I got the passenger side mount kind of set up. So with the mount, basically only goes in one way because obviously both gotta go this way. So you can move the mount up and down, back and forth to where you want the motor to be placed. You're kind of just gonna go off of, you know, what oil pan you're running. I think the Canton has a little more clearance to go back than any of the other pans, the Canton and the CX Racing pan. So to get this bracket bolted down, basically what you want to do is take about a 6-inch extension, and well, I got 2-3 inches, and a 16, and the kit comes with a bolt that I lost. Oh, no, I found it. It comes with this gold bolt and washer, and what you want to do is take your extension johnny and put the bolt in it with the hole in the bracket, stick it through the hole and the bracket, put your 17mm nut on. Put the 17 and nut on, get your 3/8 ratchet, put it on, And then you want to tighten this up, but still allow the bracket to move, because it will help you put the mounts in. Well, align the mounts, I should say. And then once you pretty much get the motor in there set up, then you just take your ratchet and your 3/8 and not your ratchet, your 3/8 ratchet and the 17, and you'll go back and tighten those bolts up. It comes with this Allen headed bolt that goes through the mount, and well, both mounts, I should say. And that Allen head is a 10mm, I believe. And yeah. Oh, also, you're gonna want to jack the front end up if you're using cherry picker, and if you already took the old swap out, you should have the front end off. So you want to keep the front end off also. You can jack it up, put on jack stands. If I put on jack stands are going to be in the way of the leg. God, I'm fat. In the way of the leg of the cherry picker. So I just trust the old aluminum falling apart ass jack for right now. I already got underneath the car and took off the trans mount. So I already did the most dangerous part of this job, because this thing is on its last leg. Shout out to Harbor Freight. Selling me junk that works barely. So about to bolt this to that, slide her on in there, and then I'm going to do the safe thing, put jack stands on the front end, and then show you how to align the bracket on the transmitting to the transmitting. Got the motor and trans together, got it on cherry picker, got cherry picker set up. Trans does have fluid in there, that's why I have this contraption with the tie down strap. It's going to pull the back of the trans up so the fluid stays in like the center section. And yeah, about to slide this thing on in here. Big correction on the mount bolt placement. So yeah, I remember I had the nut sticking up, or the bolt sticking up. Just gonna have to stick down because it's on the, it's misaligned right now because it's bottom out on that. So just gonna flip them around and then go underneath the car after that. All right, so after all this time, I figured out how the mounts were supposed to go. All right, so if you look at the mount, there's a long side, and a short side. The short side of where the pole goes up to the base plate of the mount, the short side is going to be pointed up towards the head. Same thing on the other side. And I remember from the last G35 that I swapped and I used these mounts on, I did have to flip the mounts and then turn them around so that it could be correct. So that part up there is done now. I have the trans mount in my hand. I just gotta make sure that I don't land this Tupac murder scene of transfer. When I go down here, I'm missing 2 bolts. See, that's what I mean. All right. All right, so the poly mount is going to come with 2 pieces. You're going to want to make sure that you put both pieces together and then secure it to the trans. Sorry that it's dark. My flashlight light died. I gave it to my kids to take the trash out. Got that on, and here's the plate I was talking about. So the plate has a curve in it, if you can see, and the lowest point of the mount is going to face downward. So you can, for the mount bolt, you can take like a motor mount bolt that goes from the mount to the block, GM bolt, and you just take the factory Nissan bolts and bolt the mount back in. And that right there is how you put the motor in. But as always, comment, like, share, subscribe. Next video, I'm gonna be putting the heads on this thing, mocking up the turbos, and pretty much going over the rest of the build with the car. I need to take the shifter out, and I need to measure for a new shifter. The old shifter would have worked with the motor plate, but now since we know motor plate, we gotta get a new shifter. So, like I said, comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Next upload really won't be anything related to swapping the car, just be about building a turbo kit. Well, actually, you know, just like putting it together. But anyway, yeah.